Happy Sunday. Hi guys. Take this down. Welcome in to WCIA Network. We're rocking over here. Let me see what this is. Let me grab this photo real fast. Make it smaller for you guys. Hold on. Then I'll start. Hope everyone had a great weekend. This Sunday is definitely needed. Okay. Take this one out because it's a little dark. I'm going to take the same one, but I brightened it up. Okay. Welcome in. Hi, Muffin Top. My amazing mod is in the house. Hi, Rachel. Rumple Long here. Hello. JH White. We hear WCIA Network. DJ, hi. Stand for the children. Hi, Purple Sneakers. And that is all we do here is we're here to bring justice to the children. Me and all my WCIA Network family. And information that I show and present is coming forth for the children to tell their story. And that's it. It's super simple. I'm not here to find the guilty. I'm not here to tell the story from the guilty party. And we are only here to tell the story from the children's viewpoint. By telling the story from the children's viewpoint, gives them justice. That's what they want. That's what they ask for. That is what my purpose is. And this came to me. I didn't choose one day. I didn't wake up one day and be like, I'm going to channel Summer Moon Wells Missing Children and drop all my current activity, my jobs, and stop making income so I could allow the children to speak through me. I didn't wake up one day and say that. What happened one day was, holy shit, what is this story that's coming through? What am I talking about? I don't understand how I know this information. And I started writing it. Not even knowing what I was doing, other than I knew full-heartedly that I was channeling the story of some horrific, disgusting, fucking disgusting shit. And it was underground. It was very cold. These kids were underground where if you would pull them up, you could use like a little rope and pull them up at an angle. This is all I knew. They were in a dark area somewhere by sand, where the sand meets the road. There's water. And they are in little teeny beds that are bunk beds divided by age. And the shit that goes on prior to them getting stuck in these holes and then being sacrificed was the story that was channeled through me. And that is the only thing that makes sense, because it doesn't make sense what else it was, because Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, Summer Moon, the children of Summer Moon, introduced themselves. And it just kept going from there. That was in April, before Summer Moon that we know of was gone. And there she was, right in front of my face on the news. And I'm like, damn, shit, this is it. And it didn't stop. And I chose to stop everything else I was doing to allow the voices to come through. I have no freaking idea what's going to come through each day I go on, other than I know that the photos like this are selected for me to talk about their story above these photos. Welcome in, DJ Rachel. Hi, guys. I think I said DJ. I don't remember. Many times the audience will look at these photos and be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, I see nothing. I see nothing. That's okay. This is used as a guide for me to tell you the story in which I'm being told as I stare at these photos. It is something that I learned about myself through Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. That photos speak to me, and I don't know what you guys could see, other than if you put that little number 1 in chat to say that you see what I'm talking about. That was a great thing to start doing with number 1s, because I'm really here for you to listen to the story, look at the elements that I point out, and the elements repeat themselves. So if I say I see here is the same man that I have pointed out many, many, many times, that looks like that on a boat with a hat right here. Let me blow it up. Let me blow it up even more. This here is an element that shows up on the boats, in the killings, in the sacrifices, in the murders. This person here with the hat is representative to the murders of Summer Moon Wells' missing children. It's telling me that this is the same story. Thank you for that one. That I am talking about. This confirms to me, this gives me the affirmation that yes, the Watts case, the children from the Watts case had the same thing. They had the same person on their boat. Summer Moon Wells had this same person in her videos. This person shows up over and over. So I bring this complete photo that looks like this to show it to you because it's shown to me, so I know that yes, you're getting your affirmation, Lori, that this is the same. If anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, this is Lori Vallow's daughter. This is Lori Vallow's daughter. Right here. With the same equipment. Wait. The same equipment on her as I've been showing. And that person in the background, right there, is who shows up. Now, it doesn't change. This person has a fisherman hat on. This person is always on a boat. This person has equipment on. And I am telling you, through what I know to be true, that that is an element that the authorities need to look for. This one here has the number 5 on the boat. This one here also has the number 5. Right here. This photo here, wait till I tell you where it came from. This here's Lori Vallow. Lori Vallow's photos of her children. Right? Hi, Rachel. Hi, Bernadette. This here, we know, is Lori Vallow's daughter on a boat. The same equipment in her mouth. Same V on her chest. The same number 5 on her arm. This here comes from the brand new Adventures with Purpose team that says, we're back. We're back. Okay? Adventures with Purpose is back in action. This guy's back in action with these people. Same information, the same stuff's going on in the glasses. But they're back. And they're back with a different crew. And I'm not saying that that they're doing anything. What I'm telling you is the information that they're showing is the same information that I've been following. All they're doing is mixing this shit up differently, but they're presenting the same fucking story. This is the fisherman photo, right? This is the new Adventures with Purpose video, right? This all matches. It's the same element, and this, I am telling you, these are the most important elements. This person in this hat, this person in this hat, and that person in this hat represents the same person. My story's getting tighter. It's getting tighter because they are allowing it. They are allowing it. They're doing it. I'm not doing shit. All I'm doing is bringing the story to you. Nothing more. Nothing more, you guys. It's super simple. This here tells the story of Summer Moon Wild's missing children. This was 3 weeks ago. See that L? See that white shit? That's the same L and white shit that I tell you are in the sacrifices. This is Summer's L or 7, whatever you want to call it. It's the same. So when I tell you that they just keep going, whoever they are, the spirit guides, Summer Moon Wells, wants to say thank you. Because by you showing this helps the children tell their story. Again, I don't give a fuck about you, whoever you are. I don't care. I don't care about the new Adventures with Purpose videos. I don't care who you are. All I know is you're telling the story for the children. You are telling the story. This is the story. This is Summer Moon on her swing. You're telling the story. So thank you, because I can now use your photos to share the story that is told within me. You guys are the ones that are showing it. This here is exactly what Summer Moon Wells looked like walking into the water. These children walk right into the water. They have masks on their heads. Their heads are covered. And they walk right into the water as if they're just being sacrificed. Boom. That is what Summer Moon Wells looked like at the water. Now that might look like a goddamn blob to you guys, but to me it isn't. I see the eyes through the mask. The rest of the face is covered. They're bound in a jacket, and they're in the water. This is the Summer Moon Wells missing children. My station is here dedicated to telling the story. These kids are standing strong, and they're getting stronger and stronger as these motherfuckers keep telling the story over and over and over. And guess what? I cannot turn it off. I've been asked by many of my family members, what are you going to be doing with this? Blah, 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 blah. I know what I'm doing with it. And it's right around the corner. I'm committed to this. How can I not commit to this when it's, to me, really crystal clear. So it's the story that needs to be crystal clear for me to speak it, right? And it is. It is. It's not a problem. It isn't. And thank God for those that have to tell the story. They need to tell the story. It's part of the sacrifice. It's part of their ritual. It's part of what needs to be done. But guess what? They are cowards. They are weak. They hide in the shadows, and they don't stand by their truth. Because if they did, they wouldn't have to hide the shit beneath the deep dark web. They wouldn't have to hide it within the deep fake, within the photos of videos from channels that we all watch. But everyone watches it on different levels. We watch the top layer. There's people who watch the middle layer. There's people who watch the dark layer. Then there's a layer that is, ooh, so deep down dark. That's the layer that the children want to be told. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm helping them share their story. Right? This number 5, right here. This photo right here is critical. This here on the top of it, let me turn it, is the marking of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. There's the L. There's the 5s. It probably says a name that's up to the authorities to figure out that name. But we know that that white shit with the L is now a major element that they're using to tell their story. Right? Well, everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. The story that I am telling here is getting super tight. It's all going back to the story of the Idaho 4 that's told through this guy. I have completely tied that shit in. This story is so tight when you use the information from particular creators that I could tell the story with such confidence and with such precise information that it makes the children so very happy. This guy here looks pretty much like something like this. This is what it is, you guys. It's the same thing as this guy here. It's the same story. It's the same thing as the Adventures with Purpose group number 1. Same thing. So it's the same thing that Molly Golightly has on her videos. It doesn't change. It stays the same. And this is the Idaho 4 that shows the same information. But yet, the information that is consistent is not talked about, right? All of this, all of this, all of this, all of that, all of that. This L. Here's Gabby Petito. That's Gabby Petito's gookie shit with the L. It's what it is. It's Gabby Petito's. This is a different victims from a different video. They're all the same, you guys. They're not changing. I know what they're doing? They're ignoring it. I'm going to keep showing it. It all comes from the boat ride, comes from the motor, it comes from this. And, you know, this shit could be ignored. Great. I'm going to keep telling the story over and over and over. It's getting tighter. It's getting smaller group of people. This right here, Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty, the Idaho 4. New video, really? So this isn't new fucking video. You're showing this. You're showing this. You're showing this. You are showing a Gabby Petito. You are showing the Idaho 4. You're showing them after their sacrifice. What the fuck is so difficult to see? Is it so difficult to see Dolly, whatever his name is, with this shit on his face? This is the stuff that's the same information as these children. That shit is just telling you the same story. That summer in the swimming hole. Really? Interesting. Think about it, you guys. I am here to tell the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. And that is it. I'm here to be the voice for the children that are standing strong every day, every fucking day, to share their story over and over and over. Ethan, one of the Idaho 4. He is the same as Gabby Petito. He's the same, you guys, as Gabby Petito. Same. This here and this here are critical, and they always look the same. They're showing up in the same videos, you guys. You understand that this shit is now showing up in the We're Back videos for Adventures with Purpose? This is what's showing up. The same stuff that I showed before in these heat whatever screens is nothing more than the equipment and information that tells the story. Period. This stuff here is connected to the wire. It comes and goes in the video. I can match it up right now to the shit that they show in the Laurel Park tunnel. I'm like, oh my God, they're just having that thing flying under the tunnel, just like Benny Keys has in his videos. Like, it may look quirky right there, but when you put 4, 5, or 6 of them next to each other that look identical, those are called elements that match. That's what it is. They're elements that match. That's it. That little thing that they show throughout the video, we over here, WCAA Network, guess what? Whoever is putting that shit in there and you think that, oh, no one's going to notice it because it's such a weird thing to put in, think again. Because when you've been doing this for over 2 years, guess what? We know what that is. This is the Idaho 4. That's that. You're just showing the freaking basket that goes under the water. I know the story. That's the problem you guys have. I know the story. I don't care if you put a blob. I could read the blob. You could put one face in front of me on a picture and I could tell you the face that's underneath it. That's how good I'm getting with this shit. That's how good I'm getting at this shit. So I don't know what you guys see, obviously, but I'm trying my best to show you the truth through these videos. This picture from the Idaho 4 party. See the number 5 basket? This is what winds up in the water by Adventures with Purpose. And the fishing truck, the fishing boat, whatever is in the water. Hello, law enforcement. Hello, FBI. Hello, anyone home? Is anyone home listening? And if you're not, why? Why? You think these are funny things to look at? They're in the videos. I didn't stick this shit in the videos. I didn't put that shit in the videos. It's there. I didn't put this stuff in and be like, oh my God, it matches. It's there. It's there. It's been there from the beginning. And it's there now, and it's not going away. Today's presentation is going to go over a few things that I have gone over in the last few days again, because I am creating a PDF that's only going to hold the tightest story that I could get. And it's going to hold the images in which the children recognize. Remember, muffin top. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I love that. Yep. Hello, hello. Anyone home? So the information that I'm going to be putting up here that I call the tightest of the tightest is also because that's all I know from. I can't give information. I'll just be guessing. Just be like theorizing around the information, which I don't want to do. I could only give you information that the children recognize to be the truth. And starting with Candace Bly, for those who don't know, is Summer Moon Wells, who went missing June 15th, 2021's mother. She goes by Candy Bly, Candace Wells, Candy Bly Wells. I don't know what else she goes by. But her information is very clear to the children, because I keep going back to her. Now again, I don't give a shit about you, Candace. I don't care about you. If I saw you in the street, I would probably just step right over you or around you or into you and not give a shit to say hello. Like, I don't care. All I care about is the information that they grab from you, because they're standing strong. And they're standing strong in the light. While you guys are getting weaker, you're depleting, you're imploding, and there's nothing about you that is powerful enough to break these children down. Nothing. There's nothing you could fucking do to stop them. All you're doing is creating them to be stronger, wiser, and more educated in how to give their story forward. That's it. The more shit you keep doing, the more sacrifices you do for the purpose of money and power and this, they want you to know you're not getting anything. You're not getting more powerful, and there's no one waiting for you guys in the resurrection. Your children are not waiting for you. They have imploded because they asked you to stop, and they're not there for you. You will be finding no one for you. You will walk into the darkness. You will be lost, and you will be fucking taken. You will be taken. And it won't be by the children. They have no room for you. They want nothing to do with you. They want nothing to do with you. Nothing. So the thought that you think that you're going to be with your children, think again, motherfuckers. They imagine these children standing, holding hands together, holding hands one at a time and creating their own circle of bond, such a bond. You can't push them. You can't cut it open. You could do nothing to break their bond, to let you in. You're on your own. On your own. You will be pulled into the darkness, into the darkest of the darkest hole, and you will twist and turn until you're spit out like a big ass taking a big ass shit. Your day is done. It's done. They're overloaded, and all you did was load up so many children, so many sacrifices that they got stronger. And they united. They united on a front for themselves, for the children, not for you. There's no room for you. They don't want you. They don't need you. They don't want you. They don't want to fucking see you. So think again. Every time there's a sacrifice done to these fucking children, all you're doing is strengthening their bond as you implode. From inside, you're going to implode. It's all you're doing. So no more bullshit. You're not going to fucking see one person. Actually, you're going to be in blackness. Nothing. You'll see nothing. Zero. As if your eyeballs were colored black. Well, that went off on a tangent. All right, amen to that is right. La la. Poop. Let me spit all that shit out. Ugh. Let me wipe it all away so I can get onto my presentation. All right, there we go. See, Candace Bly gets all that shit out of me. Woo-hoo. All right. This is Candace, looking like a chipmunk, with the freaking storytelling of her child's head with the chipmunk. Here's her child's head. Right here. Here's the dog. Here's the head. This is the chipmunk. I'm told there are 3 or 4 of them together. I had a vision the other day. It was on my computer, actually. My computer screen did something weird, and there are 3, I saw that it's called just seeing images, right? It could be in trance when you're in half sleep, half not sleep, whatever you want to call it. But it was three of them, and they're 3 different ages because they were 3 different heights. And it's basically something like this. This is the equipment right here. That equipment is however you want to call it. That equipment holds the sacrifice. And this equipment now shows up in the new Adventures with Purpose videos. It's pretty strong. It shows a lot of information. It's a new person that has come aboard. I don't know who that is, but all I know is that the equipment is shown. Right? So let me show you an example. Let me crop this thing of this guy showing it. And the thing is, it shows it pretty loudly. So like this. Copy. So this is Candace Bly showing hers, right? With the heads. And here's this new guy. That's just supposed to be him in his car. But they show a lot of information, and I can't even explain how I know what every time I look at this stuff. Now I really know what it is. I could turn it upside down and yada yada, but I know what this is. It's the green head. This is the equipment. So they could show anything that they want to show, and I'm going to be able to tell you the story. This is the Summer Moonwild's missing children story. And the more they show of this chipmunk face, that's absolutely crazy thing to see, because you would think that no one would be following these chipmunks or these animals or these goats or whatever you want to call them, dogs. They're all part of the story. The children, there's many, 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 many animals. Many animals. Lots of fish, many animals. And this is what the kids know from. See? That's what they know from. There's all different things in here, but they're kid friendly, and that's what they know to show me, because They're shown it. They're shown it. And Candace Bly Wells matches it. So I'm keeping these few. These are the same ones I have in my other videos, because this I'm keeping. This to me is absolutely hilarious that they have this actually marked as inside the Wells home. Why is it that no one is showing that this, they're saying it, this is inside the Wells home. This inside the Wells home is matched everything I just showed you. This inside the Wells home is nothing more than what I just showed you. In the water. In the Adventures with Purpose video. In Gabby Petito. You're looking at it. So when they say this is inside the Wells home, I would sort of think someone would want to check this shit out. Right? And especially since this stuff that you see here is going to match even stronger with the stuff I'm showing you today. And yes, this is John Wayne Gacy. This is John Wayne Gacy's home and inside one of his videos. John Wayne Gacy's information completely matches the information that I'm showing through the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. Period. This information that comes from his documents, his documentaries, is the same. And I'm going to make sure to keep this stuff in my presentations because it is critical. It is so critical that we see the white flow that you see over by the tunnel with the V on it. There's certain information that I'm tightening that I'm going to make sure to keep. There is really no difference of information from what the kids understand it to be true than when they see this swing where they're not on a swing is the same thing as them sliding down this thing. By the water, by the tunnel, there's no difference. I cannot say it any louder. They're not in the Wells backyard on a fucking swing connected to her favorite tree. It's this. They're by the water, they're by a tunnel, and they're not by a tree. That's what they're really hanging from. These are cold metal pieces. Very cold metal pieces that they're holding on to so tightly. You guys, what you see Summer Moon Wells holding on to here is the same sacrifice, the same information as the Idaho 4. There's no difference. This is Ethan. This is Ethan. This is Summer. It's the same. It's the same. There's no difference. The closer I get, the tighter I get these stories, and the more truth that comes out that people understand and recognizes the truth, the people that are scared and guilty will come here and do what they're doing right now. So all that does for me, as they play childish, stupid fucking games, is give me an affirmation that I am dead on. I am completely dead on, and the story that is being told here is the truth through the children's eyes. And that whoever comes in and acts like a 2-year-old knows that I'm right. So what we do here is we thank you. We thank you for tuning into my channel because you need so badly to know what I'm talking about. I am talking about these sacrifices, that the deep, dark, fake shit that's put over them is fake. That is not Summer on the goddamn swing. So thank you for giving me an affirmation. We're not children here, right? I'm not immature like you. I'm not a child. I'm an adult, living my truth, living my purpose. And the people that it pisses off and they get so irritated that they have to come in here and do something so stupid. Suck up some light here. Come on, get some light and make yourself a happier person. Create like a better world for yourself. Create a better understanding of who you are. Understand what your purpose is. That's all you're going to get from us is love and kindness. Because when I'm showing you Ethan Chapman that is hanging from a fucking rope, this is the truth as which he sees it. This is the truth from where the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children see it. We don't know Ethan. We don't even know if that's the one who died. We don't know who this is. We know him as Ethan. So that's why I say these are the Ethans that have been sacrificed. They're people and children and young adults that look like him. He has the V on his face. It's right there on his face. I'm fortunate enough to be able to show you photos that these children recognize as the truth. They recognize a door like that they walk through. They walk through a door like that, you guys, and it brings them to the hellhole. I put a photo up like that because the photo to the left is recognizable to the children. They understand that. They know that that photo is something that they have seen. That's what they've seen. That's Summer Moon Wells at the water hole. This is obvious it's not Summer Moon Wells at the water hole. So these are the two photos that I'm keeping in my presentation. I've probably 1,000 photos of the water hole. The children here have not gotten justice. The children you see here don't have a name. No one knows that they're gone. And that's what I'm doing here. These are the children. They're children that are gone that no one knows about. I'm recognizing them. That's what we're doing here. That's all we're doing here. And unfortunately for this person's channel, I am showing this stuff. I don't know who this is, but I am telling you that this is part of what they go through. This reminds me of a Benny. I don't know how these channels get thrown to me. I don't know if someone sends them to me. I don't know. This is a Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story. This is a channel that shows the water sacrifice. This is a channel that is showing exactly the same information as Summer Moon Wells videos of the tunnel, of Laurel Park, of that whole situation. It's right in this video. What this guy's videos are showing is the same information as the water hole that Summer Moon Wells Missing Children went through. And this is the photo that I put up. This is a really good example of the deep fake, right? You look at this, it looks just crazy weird. There's certain channels that are being used to show sacrifice, show the sickness, show the illness. And sometimes throughout their video, different faces appear, right? Now, I'll never know how you guys interpret the face. I know how I see the face, and I know how I interpret it, because I'm doing it through the story, right? I'm doing it through the story of the victim. And the victims are underneath the layer that is being shown on their regular YouTube channels. And we have plenty of photos of Summer Moon Wells children looking like this. This is what's going on in the water hole within this video. It gives me the information and affirmation that I need to know that this is all together, that the same people that are putting information within the fisherman's videos, the adventures with the brand new adventures with purpose videos, these are all the same. Now, you may ask, I don't understand how you come to that, because I get my affirmations, right? I get my information that says, look over here, Lori. You need to recognize this as part of our journey. These are flying in the air of the trees. Now, are they really flying in the air of the trees? I have no fucking idea. But this is the same thing that was in the Idaho 4 windows. This is what was at the food truck. These are the number 5s that float just like that. And let me tell you guys something. You don't just have these things floating around. These are the same marks. This is the same. This is right over here. It's right over here. And this guy looks like a Summer Moon Wells. He has the V on his ear. Yes, he has the rakes on him. There's a lot going on, right? So this part of the story, they're being taken. This is what I see. So when I say this, everything is obviously allegedly, and it's just a story for entertainment purposes and educational, right? When I see something like this, let me explain to you how my clairvoyance works. I see, and the only ones who know if I'm right or wrong, obviously, are the guilty, right? I see these kids being pulled out of a tunnel, like being pulled out of, you move a rock and they're being pulled up and out. They're being pulled up and in and out. Like they're not coming from the streets. They're coming from a hiding place. And this is what happens. Like when they went to Laurel Park or they went to the water hole, these kids are coming in and out of the water through tunnels that we don't know about. And that's what's happening. These are photos that just shouldn't exist. And I know that things like that come out of the mouth, I've been taking photos of for over 2 years. Yeah, these are all screwed up videos, Muffin. They're completely screwed up, and they're deep faked, and they're played with. This child has the same rake things. He's got the number 5 in his hair. He has the mask on his face, and this shouldn't be in a video like this. This information, all it's doing is this is telling the story of the victims. That's the only reason I put this stuff in here. I'm not putting it in because I'm like, oh my God, that's such a weird freaking photo. I'm putting these photos in because it screams Summer Moonwell's missing children. They know what this is. So when I put something like this up here because the victims are telling me to, we may not understand exactly what this is, but it brings justice to them by me saying this is part of their pain. This is part of their journey. They endured this. They felt this. They know what this is. They've seen it. That's why it's brought up. And a photo like this, I don't know who they are, but this is the guy who's now with Adventures with Purpose. This is the guy who has the channel for Adventures with Purpose. And when I saw this, I saw Kylie Rodney. I saw Kylie with a baby. I see Kylie with a young boy. And this reminds me of Kylie Rodney. This to me looks like her sacrifice. This to me feels like this somber feeling that whoever went through the sacrifice as Kylie Rodney's, because there's many of them, it felt like this. So when I look at this, it's the feeling, of Kylie's sacrifice that I feel. I feel a baby was part of Kylie's sacrifice in a very sick way, like very twisted. Like she's part of this journey that we're looking at. She's, obviously, you guys, I channel and I give information. Again, this is all allegedly, and I feel Kylie Rodney's presence. I feel her sadness. I feel her somber feeling. I feel as if this was very well planned out. And it was a true sacrifice with a child, and she wasn't alone. She just wasn't alone. And I feel her presence. So when I say something like that, it gives the spirit world, a little bit of justice. And that's what I feel here. It's very, very strong for me. It's very strong. It's the water. It's very choppy. It was a very cold day that she was sacrificed. And there's a baby. There's a baby. I don't know if she was pregnant, but there was a baby. It's very difficult to look at. This is a very difficult, Kylie Rodney's story is a very, very difficult story for me to look at. It makes, I mean, yes, the children make me so very sad, but there's something about Kylie Rodney's story that makes me, I could be really crying deeply. It's like I feel that deep need to cry for her. It's very sad. Like, she was just pulled into this situation and couldn't get out, and it was pushed. It's very sad. Her story is very sad because she just wasn't given the justice needed, and her story was buried and as if she never existed. It was just thrown to the side as if they wanted her to just be gone, and that's it. The people in charge of that were, this here is what reminded me of, this pulls me to the guy with the red hair. So when I see this, I think of the guy with the red hair, the TikTok that followed the Prosser Lake video the night that Kylie Rodney went missing. This here reminds me of an animal that the red-haired guy knew was a part of the story, this animal. Now, when I say red-haired guy, I'm saying that there was a guy involved with the Kylie Rodney story that knows the story. And this, to me, is representative of what's in his video that's stuck on the door that says, when my crush comes to the house, or something. Oh, Lori, give her a hug from all of us. Yes, Vanessa. So when I'm in a, like, within that moment of time, yes, and the crush comes over. Thank you, Rumple. When I'm in that moment of feeling something, and my truth could only come through almost like tears. Like, many times when I meet someone, they're like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "I'm not crying." But the tears are rolling down my face. That's just what happens. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm really not crying. These are tears of truth." They're like, "What do you mean? They're tears of truth? What does that mean?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I'm just doing it." That's what happens when I look at certain photos like this. Like this. And when I say this is Kylie, see, like, my truth hits me really hard, and it hits in tears. Yeah. Yeah, and this here is just symbolizes that the guy that's involved just shows himself. And it's very difficult. And this is the reason that, they go fishing. This is Candace, for those who don't know her. This is Summer Moon Wells' mother. So a little Summer Moon Wells, that would be a Summer Moon Wells missing child. To her left, it would be her right on the left side with the blue hair. Oh, he's so fine. Hold on one second, you guys. He's so good. The right here in the bottom left-hand corner. Let me show you. My daughter just took the dog out. You didn't even know he was here. He was so good. This is little Summer's face. Now, when Candace showed pictures like this, if I were the law enforcement, hi, little Summer, I would pay attention to everything that's in these photos. Because when I say I believe that they come out of hiding places from the water, like, within these tunnels, I'm imagining, let me show you, something like this. When I say imagine, this is what I see in my third eye. Like this rock, like I'm imagining that either being a fake rock or a real rock, but I'm imagining that she's looking and there's something behind that rock, and that rock was placed there as a deep fake. Like that's what I see. Like I see the story, right? I see a story that was placed in here as a deep fake. But the story has to do with them. And this is how the people and the victims get moved. They're using waterways. They're using them. And they're all Candace to me is doing is showing this. This to me is what Candace is doing. Yeah, there's a person. Let me get closer. This here, and she's got probably about 50 photos of this. But all she's doing is showing the content back here. That's not normal content. But what that is it looks just like Ethan Chapman when they took a picture of him. It looks just like Summer Moon Wells. This is what they look like. They're in clothing like this. They're in wetsuits. They're in bodysuits. It looks like a tank top, just like you saw. They said Kylie Rodney was in. She wasn't in a fucking tank top. She was in something like this, like what you see here. She was in something that you saw Ethan in, Summer in. These outfits are, to me, the outfits that they go in. This is part of the sacrifice in there by the water. This. Summer Moon Wells was not in a goddamn dress. She's in an outfit like this. The same. These. So when I start, as I'm doing, I'm tightening up the story. This is part of it. Divers, water, going in the water, getting them from the tunnel, getting them from under the bridge, using the bridges, using those parts of transportation. Life jackets, yeah, right. Death jackets. These are death jackets. They're wrapped in them. But this is all you got to do is blow up Candace's photos. They're right there. They're carrying shit. Look. That's all she shows. And I've shown this before where they look like they're in boats with bloody people. This is Candace's way of telling her story. And this is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story. And this is exactly what the Watts kids had on them. This is the Watts kids story. The Watts kids went through the same sacrifice. And then someone chopped them up and put them in the backyard. Because they're chopped in pieces. To replant them for resurrection. And you guys, they'll never see them in the resurrection. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Muffin Top. They were in scuba gear, and so is Kylie Rodney in scuba gear. One of her last pictures, they made it look as if she was in swim outfit, and then she had the mask on her face. She had a green. Remember, she had a green bathing suit, and she had the mask over her face, and all that was showing were her eyes. That was scuba gear. She had the same mask on her face as these children do in the water. Kylie Rodney had the same stuff on her face as these kids here, right here. And I made that correlation in one of my videos. This is what Kylie Rodney had on her face. They just made hers neon green bathing suit, which was fake. And this is what Lori Vallow's kids. That's why I really wanted to interview her. You know, when I sent all that information to her, and that stuff was taken by the attorney. I got a letter that said the attorney took it, and they found it quite interesting. But I wasn't allowed to talk to her, because that would be someone that would, Lori Vallow would be someone that would be able to confirm this, you guys. Do you understand? Like, it's someone like that that could confirm these stories, because she knows what happened to her children. And this is her daughter. And her daughter's information matches the Summer Moon Wild's missing children information. Look at the mask on her face. Look at the V around her neck. Look at what this is a sacrifice. Look at the person behind her, all the way back in the left-hand corner. It's probably her brother, right here. Whoops. Right here. This is her. This is a mask. This is the V. 5s, 3s, the hole. You guys, they're in the water. This is the sacrifice. Whatever, this is something that's holding the back of her head. I've showed this to you on Ryan Upchurch. Lori Vallow knows this story. And this story is what happened to the Summer Moon Wild's missing children. This story. Right here. I showed this before, showed it earlier, and this is Kylie Rodney. And let me tell you something I just noticed. There's the hat. There's the cowboy hat, like that hat that I told you was in all of the photos. I just showed it to you. That hat that is right on her dashboard, same hat that I'm talking about that's in all of these sacrifices. It's in all of them. That's the same hat that I'm talking about right here. That's Gabby Petito. This is Gabby Petito. And this all comes together, and it's re-showing itself within the new Adventures with Purpose videos. Because this is what's found in the heat thing. Really, by any of the sacrifices, it's in the car, it's on them, it's white shit, it's white gook. So that V that's on her neck here, right there on the left-hand side, that's no different than the Vallows. That's what I've been showing you guys on the necks. This here, what's on her neck here, is the same thing that's on these kids' necks. Same thing. And that comes straight from the party of the Idaho 4. And to the right, like again, is the fake Madeleine McCann. Nothing fake about it. What is going on in the Madeleine McCann is exactly the same thing that's going on here. It's a sacrifice. This here is this. And when I point this stuff out, I'm not pointing it out so, Lori's right, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm pointing it out so the victims could feel a sense of justice. So they're like, they get a piece of justice, because what you see here in Lori Vallow is exactly what they're showing when they brought the fake Madeleine McCann. They were just showing, see, a sacrifice. Because what's going on in the bottom right-hand corner is what's going on in the Vallow case. Same thing. Right there. So I tightened this stuff up in a way that shows that it is one story. I have stuck to it for over 2 years. And yeah, in the beginning, and I totally get it. It's like, I don't get it. Well, the tighter I make this, the more it's going to be understandable. Because that was not a fake Madeleine McCann. This is the Madeleine McCann that girl in the black here needed to cover that story up real fast. Because someone fucked up. Someone let her loose. And she was told she was a Madeleine McCann, just like there's hundreds of Summer Moon Wells. We don't know the exact who the Summer Moon Wells, one Summer Moon Wells is, unless you've met her. We don't know who the exact Madeleine McCann child is. There's totally different photos of her, looking completely different. But this is Lori Vallow's. And this is the Madeleine McCann that looks just like the information of the Idaho 4. So I'm hoping to get to the point where you can't see outside this box, because the box is really understandable. It's very understandable that the people that are showing this information, the one to the right is underground. The one to the left, they say, is Ryan Upchurch's mom. I don't know who that is, but she's showing content. And this is underground. I don't know if that water is real or fake. They could put grass in, they'll put trees in, they put rocks in, they put waterfalls in, they add elements, and that's called the deep fake. They put elements over the elements I follow. So the only element I really give a shit about in here is the victim and the box. And I know that if they're cold, it's underground, and they add water. They add it. I have photos of the wells with their kids, and there's all these different pictures of Hunter and her kids and Grandis and Candace, but the water stays the same. The water never shifts. It doesn't change position. I've shown that before. I'm like, okay, you guys, notice how the water isn't moving. And this is what happens with the pieces. I've shown this before. This stays in my presentation. This all stays in my presentation. These are locations that are predetermined. They're locations that they put these trophies, and they're predetermined sections. This again is key. This video that Sweetie Pie Lou or Sweetie Pie Lo put out is the best information to telling the kids' story. This video was so amazing for me to grab and was so intense for the kids to use as part of them saying, yeah. Look. That's our story. Right? This is the kid's story. These are the stories. That little V in the mouth is the same thing as this thing. This is Fred Hill's. But this just happens to be the chipmunk face with the V in his mouth. You know, like that just happens to be the same thing as the Summer Moon Wells with the V in her mouth. Like this. With the V in her mouth. This is the same as that. This, from Fred Hill, Fred Hill's video, you guys. So these videos that I'm zooming in on and focusing in on, I'm not going to get away from them. There's a lot of them that I'm just, they're staple. It's staple information now. Like, it's so strong to the spirits that are helping tell this story that I will just keep repeating it over and over and over. And it's really important to which channel I got the information from, because every channel has a different version. This here is Fred Hill, and this here is that thou shall whatever version. These are the same. This is the same information. Same information. These are Fred Hill's. No, I'm sorry. The one to the left is not Fred Hill. The one to the left is the guy with the red hair. The guy with the red hair's video. This is the thou shall whatevers. The one to the left is from the guy with the red hair that follows Kylie Rodney. So this one, just so I make this understandable and you guys understand that this comes from the kid on the swing that his crush is coming over. This is Kylie Rodney's video. The one to the left is Fred Hill's, talking about summer. And the swing chair guy, correct. Rumpel, yes. The swing chair guy is on the left. This comes for, that's the swing guy with, and it's really, it's all the same. You can't make this shit up if you tried. And again, this is a solid staying in my presentation. I want to know who that guy is to the left. I do. And that's supposedly, allegedly, Brian Kohlberger to the right. But I don't know why the face is different. This to me is really important information. So this is just some new video that this guy is showing. This guy, they go their back and they're going in the water, but all I see are Summer Moonwell's Missing Children story. I see all the elements. I see it on his forehead. I see it in the glasses. This is not a normal picture of someone diving in the water with goggles. And what they're showing to the right, to me, is the element. It's the machine. And let me tell you guys something. The machine could be small, big. We don't know the sizes of the stuff. But if they know it or not, their video of them diving shows critical information that tells the story of the Summer Moonwell's missing children. Let me brighten this. Like this. The V, the L, all of the little critters are on his forehead. That shit's on the victims, is what I'm saying. So I'm showing this to you because it's so obvious to me. Here is the L, the number 5, the V, the mouth, yeah. Nothing about this shows someone diving. All I see is Summer Moonwell's in the water. All I see are the victims in the water looking like this. That's it. This is what I see. There's the maroon thing in their mouth with the number 5. I see the victims, and this is what happens to them. So I'm using these photos. It's got nothing to do with him. I don't know him, and I'm not judging him. What I'm doing is I'm telling you the story of the Summer Moonwell's missing children through his video. Like this. This number 5 stick goes in the mouths of the victims. The victims have this in their mouth. All of them. All of them. I put this in there because it was sneaky kind of a photo. So I'm showing you pictures that, again, reflect what is going on with these sacrifices. This is all coming from the New Adventures with Purpose video. And it's got, again, nothing to do with them. They're videos of this new person that is now part of it. His videos from 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago show the story of these sacrifices that completely remind me of Kylie Rodney. And this is what is showing. Kylie Rodney, my spirit guides are so high on knowing that she had a baby with her that when I see stuff, this is like the chair that's showing in the window. My spirit guides feel a baby. They know a baby was there, and they know the blood that was involved, the sacrifice that they went through, and everything that is shown here is the same thing. These are pretty easy to get. You could look at yourself. All you gotta do is take snapshots, and that's it. And it pretty much shows the situation that the children went through. These are elements. These are all elements. As you could see, it's a little clearer. What you see in the front window reminds me of the equipment. It's what I see as the equipment. The video doesn't make sense, other than all I see are sacrifices, you guys, and that cars, a van, more of like an RV is used, and I believe that these RVs are pulled up over holes in the ground. I believe that they use access holes. And that's what they do. They don't just walk around. They use access holes to get into these things. Yeah, there's a lot that goes on in the videos. This is Adventures with Purpose out in the field. To me, this is nothing more than the same footage or video that you could show of Brian Kohlberger's fake car. Like, this is the same piece of equipment to the left, that they tried to tell the story. Let me go to the next one right here. This. That's a head. That's exactly what it looks like under the car. This is what goes under the car. Like, this to me is part of the equipment that we saw the fake Brian Kohlberger's car on. Brian Kohlberger's white fake car was on a ramp. And this here is a pretty good photo, the closest photo that we're going to get to this part of the sacrifice. Right here. This is a box with the head. This is basically what, like, instead of the head, you could put like Brian Kohlberger's car riding on this ramp. I don't know where they came up with that stupid footage that everyone thought was so awesome. That's what's in there. And that's a key. This is those are elements as well as these. So throughout their videos, they're showing information that tells the story of these sacrifices. May look completely normal and innocent to you guys, but what I'm telling you is the stories are being told. And I cannot look away from it because it's being thrown in my face. You know, when God shows you particular information that matches so perfectly to the murders that are going unanswered and they're getting no credibility and no one's talking about them, but yet I could continuously show you the same element in the background of in the background of this guy right here. That there with the two L's on the white, they don't change. It's not like, oh, I see an L floating in the stars. Well, it's all the same. Looks the same. It is the same. That L there, and there's two L's, just like there's two L's here on Kylie, on Gabby Petito. This is what's over here, right? Just like Gabby Petito. That is that. It's the same. That L, wait, let me blow it up, but not crop it. Let's see. Actually, this is a face. So in this one, if I crop this out and turn it, it's a face with the L. And it matches this. Matches. This here is the same L. This is the head. This is the L. This is the L. This is the head. This is the same. The same. Look at those fingers. And this is the dog they show with the L on it and with a freaking face in the mouth of the dog's mouth. I don't understand it, but it's there and it's showing it. This dog has the equipment. This dog has that thing in its mouth. Very strange. Look at the mouth of his dog. They use animals, you guys. They absolutely use animals. And I'm showing these photos. I covered the children's faces. Again, this is the new guy that joined the team with Adventures with Purpose. But those are the kind of bars that match the bars that I always show you guys. So I'm showing this to you because these bars are what the children know from. So I'm not saying this dude has bars around his children. I'm saying that this is what the children know from. Right? From this. These kind of bars. See how that one's connected to her neck? Look. Look here, right here. It's connected. You can't tell me this isn't connected right here. This is the head. This is the machine. This is the bar that goes across. This is the bar right here. That's the machine. And the reason I am able to point that out is because the spirit guides have taught me that the bars like that are significant. Yes, it's the same tripod. See the V's? Like these are the same tripods, yes. This is a green face. Correct. This is and I have the dude to the left. Now that tripod is connected to that machine, to this green machine. Those bars are connected to this. See? It's connected. And there she is running. And there's the box to the right-hand side. That box is throughout the whole video. It's really out in the open. And the videos really show the story of the Summer Moon Wild's missing children. I mean, they don't skip a beat. They don't. It's all the same. And as I work through the information that's thrown my way, I'm able to tighten this stuff up, you guys. And that's what I'm doing. All I'm doing is tightening it up. And it's proving to be pretty powerful. Let me see what's in this. Pretty powerful. So this presentation, all of this, is really just used as a guide for the children to tell their story. And it's not about the channels that have the information. The channels should know they have this information so they could do something with it, or maybe not. But the information is here and it's not going anywhere. It just keeps repeating and repeating. and repeating. And it's proving to really, really help the purpose over here. My purpose is to help the children tell their story in order for them to get justice. Super simple. Super simple. And to really let the people know that whoever's doing this, they're not going to get shit in the resurrection. They're not going to see these kids. These kids will not be there with open arms like they think. The adults that are the ones behind this will find themselves in a deep, dark hole that's so pitch black dark, they won't see a damn thing. I'm going to leave it on this photo because this is pretty amazing. You guys, I am done. I would continue, but this is what happens is I'm falling asleep. I keep staring at these a couple photos and it's just bringing me into freaking la la world. So on that note, I am going to stop. Tomorrow's Monday. I will go on one more time before I head to where I told you guys I'm headed, and I'm not telling you where. I will try to go on one more time before I do that, and then I will be going live when I get to my destination. So I'll go on one more time before I leave, and then I will be going live. I might be interviewing someone, and it will be my first interview live at this destination. And it will be huge if I could do that. So, you guys, I couldn't do this without you. I love my WCIA network family. Hi, videos. I didn't say hi to you earlier. Muffin Top. Oh, Sugar Bee. Susan. I love you all too. It will be great. Muffin Top, what a great job. You always do her. Fiona, I didn't say hi to you earlier. Hi. Thunder Rolls Media. Hello, hello. I'll leave live stream on, but I have chorus. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming on in, and I hope I said hi to those members and subscribers that are in chat the best that I can. Have a great, wonderful Sunday. Get some rest. Tomorrow starts a new week, and may justice come real soon to these children by just sharing their story and teaching people the elements so they know what to look for. Thank you all. God bless you all. Have a great Sunday. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys one more time before I hit the road. Goodbye, guys.